Hi everybody, I'm back. Welcome to the live, everybody. Happy Monday. It says was live above my head. That means you're catching the replay. Just type hashtag replay in the comments below and I will welcome you. Keyword today is watermelon. So when you get here, say hello, type the word watermelon and check your messages. Hope everyone's having a great first early part of the month. Not the first, but the second. Hope you're having a great day. I am back from Michigan, you guys. Got back early this morning. If you did not catch me live early today, I went live in the VIP group. I went over all this month's promotions. So make sure you head on over to the VIP group and check out the promotion live so you know everything that's going on this month. Let me see if my comments will be cooperative today. See, it's doing it again. That's so weird. Comments are strange here in the on my page today. Maybe if I do this. Nope. Nope. Hi everybody. I see. You know, if Facebook could change my page a few more times, I would love it. Just kidding. My comments are coming up. I think they're slow, but they're getting here. Hello everyone who's here. Hopefully I can see you. Hopefully these pop up. They did earlier. It took a few minutes. I'm going to start by painting this. I'm actually going to add some water to this. This is a little bit, I have a little bit left of the color Home, but you could thank you, Janet, for sprinkling. I just saw that you're sprinkling, but for some reason the comments aren't coming up. What if I do this? Does that help? No. All right, I'm going to refresh and see if it comes up. Anyway, you can create this if you type the word watermelon and check your messages. The in the cart link, that's not what I do. I guess I click on this. Let's see. Oh, there we are. Goodness. Anyway, you'll be able to create this color all on your own by using Cadet and a little bit of black. This was our color of the month. Well, a little bit last month and a little bit 2 months ago. And we're just going to paint this. This was a previous project that I had outside that the storm ripped apart, you guys, ripped apart. And so we're going to use the rest of it. We used part of it to make fireworks. We're going to use the rest of it to make this. So let me see who's here. Hello, everyone. These comment things are just seriously. Hi, everybody. How is everyone? Hello, Pam Powers and Carol and Janet. I had a great trip. And Susan, hello, and Amanda and Lena. Narcissus, I can't say your name right. Narciso, I'm going to say that. Charlene, hello. How is everyone? Thanks for the hearts. Hello, Glenda. Yes, the keyword is watermelon. Hello, Rochelle. Anyway, this is already black, so this is going to give me the color I want. I really want like a deep blue-black color anyhow, so this is just going to work out in my favor. Thank you, Denise. We got back early this morning. We had a 7 a.m. flight out of Detroit, you guys, and we were like an hour from, we had a rental car. We were like an hour from the airport. So basically, I've been up since about 2:30 Texas time. So basically, I'll be up all night from yesterday. Thanks for sprinkling. Hello, Darlene. How are you? But Jace wanted to get to work today and all the things. So I have had a full day here, catching up on laundry and my life here. You know, all the things you have to do when you're gone. So we're going to just paint this first in, I'm not going to worry out the outside too much, but we're going to get that middle the right color. So like I said, I am using a mixture. This is home. So if you still have home, you could use it. Or you could mix cadet and black. And that will give you a similar navy color. Plus I have a base coat of black. So we're making a sign, Denise. We're making a sign. Now in the VIP group, we have been guessing my new endeavor. And it will be revealed, fingers crossed, tomorrow. So make sure I think a lot of you have already commented on that post or any post in that VIP group of what my next thing is. Everything should be set for tomorrow. I've got my life planned around that tomorrow. So hopefully everything I need will be there tomorrow. And we can share all the things and we can do our wheel of names. And get some happy mail to the winner. Yes, it's going to be a long day, Margaret. That is for sure. But I'm not working, so I can't complain. I'm not complaining at all. I mean, Jace went to work. He slept a lot more than I did last night. So we're going to give him a little grace there for all the things. But whatever, I'll just go to bed early. It's not a big deal. It was cold in Michigan, you guys. What is up with that? You guys, Michigan was not Texas weather. I'm going to tell you that. Oh, good. That sounds like good news, Charlene. Hopefully that's good news. It sounds like good news what I just read. Yeah. So now it's officially summer for me. Now I'm just home for a good while and ready to do some exciting things with you guys this summer. Now this board is super textured, so we'll see how our transfers turn out, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fine. But if that happens, you can, if you have a board that's super textured, you can give it a few coats of paint and fill in some of the grooves if you like. You can also just sand it really well if you want. You can totally do that. I'm just going to kind of go with it, so I'm not super worried about it. But if you don't like to chalk on a textured surface, if it makes you nervous, just make it, sand it, make it smooth. Sand and wax it, that will help. We are going to sand lightly after we're done painting here. So we had a great trip. As most of you know, I didn't want to talk about it on my page too much because just in case my niece was watching, but I last week drove up my vehicle to Michigan, and she's going to be 16 in the fall, which isn't as convenient of a time for me to take my car up there. We gifted her my car for when she turns 16. So she's going to get to practice her driver's training on it and all of that. So that was why I drove to Michigan and then I flew home. She cried when we gave it to her. Jace was on FaceTime. I was there. She was very sweet and appreciative. She had no idea. I'm so glad you're here, Donna. Hi, Charlotte and Charlene, but hello, Charlotte. Yeah, she had no idea. So what I did is I just told her, she knows I'm always late with all their presents. I'm the worst when it comes to getting gifts up to Michigan on time. I said, it's a very special birthday. And I don't want to be late this year with your birthday present. So since I'm here, we want to give you your present. And I gave her like this small little bag. And so she's opening it. And in the card, I put the title. Well, she doesn't know what the title is. She didn't know. She's looking at it and trying to read it. And I said, well, there's one more thing in there. So, Jace was like, she doesn't know what that is. So then she opened, I had my other key fob in there and a key ring with her initial on it. And I said, Mira, we're gifting you my car. And she just was like, she just cried. I did not expect her to cry. She's very, she's not super expressive. She's not as excitable like I am, but she did cry. Hi, Teresa. I guess I did get cool amp points. I wasn't going for that, just trying to be nice. Hi, Sandy and Teresa. Okay, so we've got this all painted. Let's dry it. Hi, Karen. Oh, Karen, thank you so much for that. I just love doing this. Today we're going to use 3 transfers. We're going back to old school days where Nancy uses about, nope, Linda, you're on the live, where I use all the transfers I have. We're using 3 today to pull off this design. Type the word watermelon. Check your messages. Now, we are having a new launch on the 4th, I believe. And that is called, here, let me get this dry. We're having a new mini launch and it's called the Most Requested. So I'm very excited for what's to come. It's supposed to be the most requested transfers we all love. Yeah, it should. You know what? It wouldn't be a gift for me if it wasn't late or early or wrong. So, I mean, it's just that's just the way it is. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to, you know what, do I even need to sand it? Well, we will. We're going to sand this and wax the surface, okay? This was for, yes, my sister's daughter. She's her youngest. Last year, you might remember if you've been following me for a little while, we gifted my other niece, my husband's brother's child, her car. And she's gotten so much use out of it. It's been great. So now, this was like a year or so ago. Juanita Hooker, how are you, my friend? You know what? Your name came across my phone today, and I was thinking of you. How are you? All right, so this is pretty good. Hi, Kim Daniels. Kim, how are you? How are you? Now, guys, if you, we have a new month, so I just went over all the promos, but with a new month comes a new color of the month. This month we have a new Perks kit. Now the Perks kit is for new designers or Perks members. Okay, so if you're a Perks member and you want to get this discounted kit, I went through the whole thing in my VIP group and showed you each item. It looks just like this. You get all the items you see here. I read on it, you get 2 of these white trays, by the way. In the VIP group, I thought it was only 1, but you're going to get 2 of these trays and everything that you see here. This is a $278 value. For Perks members, it's $129, and for designers, new designers, it's $99. So if you want that kit, type the word watermelon and then click the Perks button and you can peek at it a little closer, okay? Good to see you too, Anita. I am good, Kim Daniels. Very good. Just got home from my trip. It's hard to get the dust out when you have like a tray like this, so pardon me as I blow that everywhere. All right, hi Christine Van Cleve. So anyway, if you type watermelon, you can see that kit. Okay, that's all in there too. I updated all of that before I went live. And then we have a new color of the month. Oh, the one that I'm just using right now? Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love it. I hope you love it. Make sure you're careful with it around your transfers, that you dial it down. If you like to use, like dry as you lift. All right, so I am going to wax, and I'm going to go against the grain. So maybe it'll fill in some of the texture here that I have on my board. Okay. So you can see I've got like a lot of wax here, but I'm just I'm trying to fill in this. All this texture, but I may not get it all. It's fine. Yes, Lena, did you know you won a craft box from me? And you were one of the winners in the VIP group. We gave away 2 mystery craft boxes. Lena was one winner. And Anita was the other winner. Okay, I think this is enough wax. All right, let's buff this back with a paper towel, I think. Let's buff it back. So you want to buff your wax just like you would on a car. You want it to be shiny, especially on something textured like this. We're still going to have some texture, but it's going to work out. Okay. We're going to set this aside. Now, like I said, we're going to use 3 different transfers. We're going to start with this one. Okay, this one says Melon Patch, pick your own, 75 cents. And then you have sorbet, seedless, and icebox. Okay, we're going to use this watermelon right here. Janet, you were like the one right before her. I thought I was going to land on you, and I went to Lena. Barbara, how are you, my friend? I know you were going through so many things. I'm so glad you're here. You know what, we'll just take this off. If you're new to my page, you guys, these are reusable silk screen transfers. You can use these over and over and over again, lots and lots of times, as long as you take really good care of them. And if you watch my tutorials, my videos, my reels, I show you exactly how to do that. So what I'm doing right now is just adding some lint. Yeah, I replayed it and I saw, yay, perfect timing. I've been feeling kind of yucky because I broke my arm. I heard you broke your arm, and that's so sad. I was reading the comments after I asked, like, how did it happen? I'm so sorry that happened. And you and Vicky in your arms. Okay. So we're going to take this watermelon, just the wedge, and I'm going to put it toward the bottom, as kind of as far as I can get it, and somewhat in the middle. I think that's about as far down as it'll go. Okay. Now what's nice is this will crease right to the bottom. And what we're going to do right now is I'm going to chalk this in a color, but I don't know what color. You know what? I'm going to, no, because I don't want that to turn. You know what? I think I'm just going to use bright white. Okay, we're going to use bright white. You could use gray, dune, any kind of light color. And I'm going to only worry about the outside rim. Okay, there's lots of detail and stuff in here. We're not going to worry about it. But this is going to create my outline. And then we're going to paint it in. Okay? So I'm just going around the outside edge. This is just giving me basically a coloring book outline of this watermelon. all the way around. Now I know the feeling. Oh, you guys are talking about breaking your... I'm going to knock on wood. I have not... Oh, no, that's not true. I was going to say I've never broken anything. Not true. I broke some ribs once. But, I mean, I didn't... You don't get a cast for that. And just kind of... I mean, I was fine. In the sense of I didn't have to do anything. He just said, yep, it's broken. All right, so what I'm going to do is clean this because we're going to lay this back down after we paint it. So the best way to clean it is just to use regular water and your board eraser. A new board eraser looks like this. Mine looks like this. But you guys know I use mine till it's gone, basically. So you clean the front, you clean the back. So I had a really nice trip up to Michigan. I was able to spend some time with my sister, a couple days with her and her family, and a couple days with Jace's family. And I got to go to dinner with my girlfriends that I have been friends with since, I mean, I've been friends with them, well, one of them since kindergarten. You guys, does anybody still friends with somebody they went to kindergarten with? Or do I win the prize? One of them I met in kindergarten and had been friends with my whole life. And the other two I met in middle school and been friends since middle school. Tell me if you can beat that. Other than a sibling, that doesn't count. All right, so I just put that on my fuzz cloth so we'll work on it with this, okay? So you can see I'm gonna lose some of my detail here. It's totally fine. All right, let me see if I missed. Hi, Elizabeth, how are you? Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna dry this. And guys, while I'm drying this, here is your color of the month for this month. It's called Majesty. It's purple, which is my favorite. Absolute favorite. Purple color. You can get your color of the month. Every month it's available for about 2 weeks. And you can get it by having a qualifying order, and then in the cart area you'll be able to add it up to 3 jars per order. Okay, now I'm seeing what you guys are saying about, I have a few from kindergarten and one from first grade. Well, there you go. One friend that we were friends in kindergarten all the way through. But we were also playing. Oh my goodness. You guys all have me beat. We've been friends since 7th grade, so we've been friends for 43 years. Yes, I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on this edge where the watermelon slice is kind of fat, and we're going to paint it with Meadow. So I'm just going to use a skinny art brush and paint this area. Now, like I said, super textured here, so we may lose some detail, but I think the more paint I get over here, the thicker that will cover. And then we're gonna, when we lay it back down, we'll use a darker green. Now the reason I use a light color here is because when you go to lay your transfer back down, it will make it easier to see where you need to line up your transfer. If you have a dark background and a dark outline, it's going to be a little more challenging to find where you need to line up your transfer. So that's just word to the wise. I guess there's just a couple little spots over here, which will probably get covered up, but I'm just going to touch it up a little bit. Hi, Pat Hill. I broke my baby finger when I was in elementary, played volleyball. I've been friends with 64 years. Isn't that wonderful? And they're so awesome. Like, they're still working and like we went in the middle of the work week and had dinner and all the things. So that was so nice of them to do that. Okay, so we've got this painted, and then we're going to take our candy apple and paint in the center of the watermelon red. Okay, so let me get a little bigger brush here. This might be too big, but we'll see. To be determined. Okay, so I've wet inside my paste jar. This is candy apple. You could definitely use cherry if you want to. So if you have that on hand, go ahead and use that. I'm waiting on, I just ordered more cherry, so I decided to use candy apple, but because of this dark background, it's going to look dark anyway, which is kind of what I'm going for here. So cabbage ball. What is cabbage ball? Hi, Wanda Boy. Things are good for me. How are they for you? I have no idea what cabbage ball is. 0. But I'm going to believe you. Now, if you get some red on the white area here, it's totally fine. Because like I said, we're going to lay this back down. I just don't really want to get it where I have the green. You're doing great. Hi, Patricia. How are you doing, friend? Okay, we're going on this side. I already like the way this looks. I already am loving this. Hit the heart button for me if you have not. If you have not done that yet, hit that heart button. Like I said, don't miss out on the VIP promotion. Make sure after this live, if you didn't catch that replay, go watch it. I did pin it to the featured section in the VIP group, so you should be able to find it, no problem. All right, we're going to dry this, and I am going to do one more coat. Yeah, what is cabbage ball? Inquiring minds want to know. Yes, me either, Jan. Charlene said I broke my wrist when I was 30 at baby school, broke my other wrist. Oh my goodness. Lots of breaks. Okay. Thanks for the hearts. Everybody wants to know what cabbage ball is. So Charlene, we're waiting on you. We're waiting on you to enlighten us. Okay, I want this just to be a smidge more paint. We are going to lay our sticky transfer on it, so we will wax it again. But I'm thinking just in case I pull some of this up, I want it to be a little brighter. Surgery this week. It's like softball with a bigger ball. Oh, Mary, thank you for telling me. You guys, apparently I have softball practice this week. I did not know I was signing up for practice. I have practice on Wednesday. I mean, I need practice, but apparently I'm practicing softball this week. And then the games are like every other week, so normally Tuesdays, but not till next Tuesday. Not till next Tuesday. We're all praying for you there, Pat, for sure. My father-in-law is having a procedure on Thursday, so if you guys could, he's kind of nervous, so if you could keep him in your prayers, I would appreciate it. All right. All my prayer warriors out there. I don't know if he's going to like that I said that, but you know what? He doesn't, I don't think he's watching this, so it's fine. All right, I'm going to do a little bit along the top here, and then we're going to dry it and move on. Well, should I just do the whole thing? I'm just talking out loud now. Okay, so this is about where we are with this. I'm going to keep my red brush out of my water because in case I need to touch this up for any reason. It's like the, oh, I broke my C5 and C6 in my neck. Those sound super important. I don't know where they are, but they're probably in a, did they heal? Amanda, hopefully you're healed. I have this on way too hot. You're welcome, Patricia. Okay, so next part is we're going to do our wax again because we're going to lay our, thank you, Rochelle, I appreciate it. Hi, Robin. Okay, we're going to just, now, this is what I do. When I wax, when I lay my transfer down again and get my wax going, I don't push super hard. I just kind of lightly rub the wax over the top. Not as hard as I do when I do it on my paint here, like the first layer. But I will just kind of rub it over. It's kind of, basically it's like a thicker layer of wax, I feel like. But then I'll go back and really buff it really well, okay? That's how I do it. Because I'd rather have a little extra wax here, and it's super sticky, and then buff it really well so that it's super shiny and protected from our sticky transfer, okay? So now I'm really kind of buffing it back. Okay, all right, here goes. Now, we're gonna get the detail back onto our watermelon. And we're gonna do that in two ways. So I'm gonna pull my transfer off of this fuzz cloth. And then we're gonna line it back up. I'm gonna try not to stick it to anything here. And you can see, hopefully, how bright the white is through. This is why I did the white, okay? White or gray would have been okay also. And with this, because I have it resting on the bottom, I'm going to just line up the top part and the edges. Hang on. This may be a little tricky just because it's sitting up here, but I'm going to worry about the top edge. I'm going to get it close. And then we're going to just see what we got here. Now, if for some reason there's still a little, oh, see, that's not right. I was going to say, if there's for some reason there's still a little bit of white, we can just touch it up with the background color. Not a big deal. But this left side was not right. All right, hold please. While I get it lined up as best I can across the top. Okay, that's gonna be good enough. Okay, so then we're going to press this down. And I'm going to chalk this with two things. So I'm going to use my multi-tool. Yes. We're going to do black, and then we're going to use a little bit darker green. Carol, my table is from Home Depot, like Wanda said. I have a link for the one that's a little bit smaller if you need it. So I'm going to use pesto around just the U part of this, okay? That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to do black on the rest. I love this table. Absolutely love it. So you usually want to work with your lighter color first. In this case, this green is pretty dark. But we're also working with black, so black's going to always be the darker color. Yes, the table is from Home Depot. I ordered mine online and picked it up in the store. So my shipping was free, but some people on this page have said that they've been able to get it delivered for free. So it's a Husky brand, if that helps. Is it Husky brand? Yes, Husky brand. That will help you find it. Okay, so I'm going to take that green and go around that outside edge. And I'm going to still have a little white there, but we'll fix it up later. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. But then we're going to do the rest with our black chalk paste, okay? So I'm just going to get our squeegee, take our black, and just press this in. That's going to give us our seeds and some details. Now, these are very fine lines, and we have a very textured thing here, so we'll see what it looks like when we're done here. And then, of course, guys, I went up to see my other niece graduate, which was awesome. I've heard they're not at all hard to put together. They literally come in like 3 pieces. They are very easy to, they're heavy. It's heavy, but it is not at all difficult to put together, not even a little bit. I'm curious who said it was hard to put together. Totally not. If you follow the directions, it's very, very simple. Very, very simple. All right, so here's our watermelon. You can see a little bit of the white around the edge. Not a big deal. I think I'm actually going to take my dark green and just grab, like go around that outside edge, just super lightly to get rid of the bright outline. It actually looks kind of cool with the outline, but I don't want to see it. No, I put it together by myself. It would be simpler if you have a second set of hands, but I was too impatient to wait for Jace to come home, that's for sure. I just put it together. I mean, it was just a little bit heavy, but not a big deal. All right, so I'm just going across this top part here. Hang on. I don't want to see this white, so I'm just going to do this. I guess I could have used black. It's mostly fine, but All right, so here is our watermelon. Okay, looks good. Okay, now we're gonna do the rest of this. So we lost a little bit of the detail on the seeds, not a big deal. It really isn't super, like I said, it comes in like 3 or 4 pieces and then you're good. Okay, the next transfer we're gonna use is this one. It is called Love Blooms. All right, and this is from the Tiffany Thiessen collection. It's a size A. And we're gonna put this coming right out of the watermelon. Mine, the one I have is 60 inches, but I got the biggest one I could fit in this room. But they come as small as 48 inches across too. So you can get them smaller. Okay, so we're going to put this right here. So it's coming right out of that watermelon in the center. And I really want to make sure that I get my air bubbles out. Like I said, super textured, so we may lose a little bit of the definition, but I'm not that worried about it. And I'm going to work from the top down. All the Tiffany ones you love? She's got a very funky, groovy sort of vibe, doesn't she? So if you love that look, then that's totally your thing. If you like funky, groovy, her designs are like that, is what I think. Okay, so I'm just taking my time. There's a lot of grooves. Probably gonna have a few little touch-ups. If you get a smooth board, you won't have this issue, but I wanted to use this one. So we're going with it. I'm just making sure I'm getting it all, taking my time, getting it pressed in. Okay, so for this, in the center, I'm going to use Shimmer Harvest. Okay, and we're just going to press this in this big circle shape. Didn't I say use the lighter color first? I don't know why I used this first. Well, too late now. Too late now. You should do your white first. I'm going to do my petals in white. So this is a do as I say, not as I do moment. So we had a nice ceremony for my other niece. She's graduating and going to Michigan State University, the green school. So good for her, proud of her. If you guys are new to my page, I am a Michigan fan, which is a huge, huge rival, but we are proud of her. So these green nails were about as close as I could get to support her in that endeavor, but you know how college rivalries go. So I think what I'm going to do is do these top petals and lift and then worry about the bottom. I think the white paste dries a little quicker than some of the other colors. So I don't like to take too long while I'm doing my white unless I really want to get a distressed look. Let me do one more. So what I mean by that is you want to press your paste in and then you want to lift like this, okay? And then just lay it back down and that releases the paste from the silk screen instead of it coming up with the silk screen, okay? Because this is not an open stencil. You guys, I've had this picture pinned in my photos for so long. I'm so excited to do this. So thank you for being here. Thanks for sprinkling. Appreciate you. If you're just getting here, hit the heart button, type the word watermelon. And that'll get you the product list. It'll get you the picture of the new Perks pack that's available to Perks members and new designers. And you can check out that picture. Okay, we're gonna lift this. How pretty is that? That is so pretty. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the hearts. Okay, now what I'm not sure is, I'm not sure which green I want to use. I think I want to use the brighter green. We're gonna use Meadow. But I'm thinking, what color do I want to do here? You know what? Let's do, maybe I'll do white there. We're going to do the word love. Here's another suggestion. When you have a very textured area, don't press too hard, okay? Just kind of enough to get it through the silk screen, but not super hard, and you'll get less of that paste going in those grooves, okay? Here's a little tip. Okay, and then we'll do the rest in green, and I'm taking my chances here. We're just gonna go around, and then we're gonna add the finishing touches on it right after this. And I think you're gonna love it. I feel like I haven't crafted in a year. Because, you know, when I go out of town, I like to get all my videos made for you guys ahead of time. And then I can't really bring it all with me, so I was anxious to get back at it today. Anxious to get back at it. All right, let's pull this up. Okay, how stinking cute! Hit the heart button, please. Okay, I am gonna put, am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna put a leaf over here. And one on the other side. And then maybe one over here. Shoot, hang on. Hold, please. I'm just kind of quickly doing this. I want to get like a leaf on either side. If I have to touch anything up, I will. But you know I don't like to clean my transfer in between. So if you're nervous about this part, just clean your transfer, dry everything, and then add your leaves. I like to kind of just get it going, just like that. Okay, what do you guys think so far? Thank you, Donna. I'm glad you're liking it. We're almost there. We're almost done. Glad you're loving it. Thank you for commenting and enjoying time. Robin, you know it. But really, I mean, I was really technically like off one day, and then I left for Michigan. And now I'm back. So I feel like it hasn't really sunk in yet. This week will be kind of a true testament. I want to get this dry before I lay another transfer on here. I got one more transfer we're going to use. You guys, this is, yes, very summery. Agreed. Very summery indeed. All right, so the last transfer we're going to use. You did know it, huh? It's been too long. That's the problem. Okay, now I'm going to move these paste jars way out of my way because I'm going to use a bigger transfer here. Now, we are going to use this one. Hang on. This one has all of our fireflies on it, okay? This one's called Firefly Fantasy. And I've used this one, but we are going to grab these fireflies off of here. I'm glad you guys like it. And we're going to put a few on here, okay? And I think 1, 2... So what I'm going to do is just put some of this transfer on the backer sheet so it's a little easier to maneuver. Just because it's bigger and I don't want it to stick to my desk. You don't have to do this. It just, I feel like it's easier to use. I'm glad you guys like this. Okay. Got some fuzz here. I'm just trying to decide what color I want to use. Oakley dokley, here we go. We are going to, we might do more than, we're going to do this. Oh wait, let's see. Do. But I like the way, I'm trying to decide how I want to do this here. Hang on. I want the trail a little bit, but not a ton. Okay, let's just do this here. All right, let me get my things out of the way here, sorry. Okay, so I've got this bigger firefly here. And then we have a trail of, you know, him flying around. So I'm thinking, thank you, Robin. I'm thinking we're going to chalk him. Let's see. Okay, we don't need this red paint anymore, like that. But I'm going to chalk his body. And I guess he has antennas, so we're going to do that too in red. And then we're going to do his wings in white. And it's just the outline, and I think what I'll do after is paint them in. And I'm going to just paint them white, and then that way it's not a big deal. I mean, I don't have to lay the transfer back down or anything. And then we're going to use the yellow Shimmer Harvest for some of the dust. Or whatever you want to call this. Call it whatever you like. So let's get this one pulled out. All right, cool. Now I'm going to do another one. on the other side. We gotta have 3. Okay? Do things in 3s. So I'm thinking we're gonna do this little one. Now there's one here that looks like he's landing. Oh, I could put him on the, I don't have room for that. So let's see. You know what? He can go down here. So I'll put this other big one going the other way. Here, I know this is probably blocking you, but let me just get it where I want it. And then I'll set it down. Okay, same deal. And then we'll do some of this stuff going down this way. We're gonna go backwards this time. This time I'm gonna do this stuff. And this doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're gonna clean this off. And we're gonna do the red. I know the lightning bugs are not red, but this inspiration that I have here in front of me, they're red and I like the way it looks. So that's why I'm going with it. But if you don't like it, go ahead and make yours yellow. That's totally fine, obviously. Everybody's gonna do what they like. Okay, pull that off. And then we're just gonna do one little one. This one looks like it's landing, so I think I'm just gonna put it here. But let me dry these other 2 first. What do you think so far? We're almost done. Okay, so then I feel like I got my groove back, you guys. Okay, and then here's this little one. Should I have him landing on the word love? Aw, won't that be cute? Let's do that. Okay. We're gonna do his little wings. Like I said, we are gonna fill the wings in. I just wanna get the outline. Yeah, I was thinking about putting it in the flower, but then, then I changed my mind. I thought of that, but because his wings are white and the flower's white, and that's really why I did that. But you could do it. You could totally do it. Okay. Now, if you want a ton of these little dragonflies, you could do a bunch. You could take these out of the jar and put them all over the place. I'm going to look at this in just a second. Thank you, Janet. Okay. But I need like a third. I guess I'll leave it like that. I was debating. All right, and I don't know if I mentioned it here or earlier, but we do have another mini launch happening on the 4th. It's called Most Requested. So make sure you're on my page for that. It's going to be like the most requested things, transfers and whatnot. To my knowledge, it's going to be transfers. I'm just painting in the wings because I think it'll look better. Just my feeling anyway. one here, paint this one in. We may go over the white again. Telling you, the white dries very quickly, which makes it easy for your second coat, honestly. I'm like debating. I feel like I need more gold whatevers. So I'm thinking I'll do like, I don't know what I'm thinking. If I don't like this, I can paint over it. I'm just doing little dabbing motions to create some interest toward the top. Making fajitas tonight. No, that's not true. I'm making stir fry. That's what I meant. Making stir fry tonight. Haven't done that in a long time. Okay. Then I think I want to do one thing. It does say love. Do I want to add? I just want to see how this will look. We're going to try one more thing. One more thing. One more little add-on. What happened to... Oh, I think I put the wrong lid on. Yep. All right, let me grab my little doodads here. Hang on. Okay. I just want to see how this looks. We're going to add... Let's just see how it would look if... Oh, that's why I had that out there. Hang on. I think I want to put the word summer on here. Yes, it does. But this didn't really have gold in the other place. I took some creative liberty here. You could do yellow wings if you want. I could do... All right, so if you ever get a chance and you're at like a thrift store or whatever, you see a Scrabble game and for cheap, buy it. So what I did is I bought this Scrabble game and I kept only the tiles and the little tray that they come with, and I got rid of the rest. And I keep it in here. Now let's just see if I have one more M floating around. I have 4 good friends that we have been friends since... Did I miss something? That was from a while ago. I missed something. There's a comment it looks like I missed. All right, now I need one more M. I've got a W. Now, what I'm wondering is, oh, that might look good right there. This is what I tell my kids to do at school is throw, if you're looking for something in their pencil box, We'll just flop it around, put in the tray what you've already looked at. So this is called Live and Practice What I Preach, I guess. I just need one more M. Oh, found it. Sweet. So what do you guys think right there? Doesn't it look like it's like sitting in a little basket? So would you put the word summer here on the bottom of the watermelon, or would you put it here? Maybe I'll put it there on the frame, or would you leave it off? What would you do? Tell me, would you leave them off? I'm just gonna look at it for a second. Oh, my glue gun is gluing everything up. I could put it down here. I think I like it on the frame. By the leaves, I would leave it off. Jan said she would leave it off. I think I like it. I can't decide now. Out of the frame. No, it won't be in the way. I'll just make it so it's resting. Either way looks cute. That's cute. Bottom of the watermelon. How about coming down the side? I kind of want leave it off. The frame would be so cute. Yeah, I think so too. I'm going to have it so that it can... I think that's what I'm going to do. I like it on the frame. You can do it however you like, of course. But I'm just going to put a dab of glue there and make it so it's flush with the bottom so it can still stand up. Well, Jan, then you can just leave it off, right? I think I may paint over this. I don't think I need so much going on there. I thought I would like it, but that part is bothering me. I definitely want the word summer on here. Again, you do it how you like it. That's what crafting is all about. Frame or off, Julie says. I like it as a basket. It's cute. Yes. Kind of still looks like a basket. Like that. But this is what I'm going to do. I am not loving this part. So I think what I'm going to do is just... like sand it off. Thank you. I'm glad, Bonda, you like it. And just cover it with the blue again. And if you just see a little bit of that gold peeking through, then that would be better. This is my compromise to all the busyness that we got going on here. I really don't have a lot of blue in here, but we're gonna make it work. I may have to mix some. I think it's gonna need another coat of this, which is unfortunate because I don't have that much. But let's just see. Are you going, no, don't take it off? It's not my favorite. This part is not my favorite. I've decided, nah. Because I think what I want to do instead is just make it more subtle. Let's dry it and then just add over it. Hang on, we gotta make it right. We gotta make it right. So, we're gonna make it right. So you can keep your home jar if it runs out. Make your own by adding a bunch of blue. And a little teeny tiny bit of black. And then we can cover that, and I think it's gonna look better. Just a little bit. And then just mix it, and you'll get your home color right back. And then I can leave it in this jar, right? So here's how you can have home all the time. Just make sure you mix it pretty well, or otherwise it'll be a little streaky. Okay, and then where's my brush? A little bit of water, not a lot. There we go. I'm going to cover that up. And then what you might need to do is just wax it, sand it lightly and wax it. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but because the sheen will be a little different because we had all this surface wax on here. But you won't even know after you get it done. So what do you think? Better without the gold shimmying around? I think it's better this way. Personally. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. And we're going to leave this in the home jar. Okay, then we're going to dry this and do just a couple little dots instead. So it's going to look more matte because I don't have it waxed, but Should we use this or this? Not really sure. We're about to find out. Did you see that tip come out? This is why you shake it with the cap on. Did you see me get covered in that? You guys, seriously? Don't shake it with the cap off, because if the tip flies out, then you're going to get paint everywhere. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're just going to have a little trail. And then his trail will come this way. I think that's cute. And then we can do a little white line between our green and our red. Right? There we go. Do you like it? Did you see me spray that everywhere? That was terrible. Terrible! Okay, I love it. Hit that heart button for me if you like it. I got a couple little things that spluttered everywhere. But they're coming off, so it's all good. Okay, done. What does this say? You could put yellow around the bug like the light when they light up. Yeah, you could. You could do little lines. You could do all kinds of things. I'm going to leave it alone. I think, like Jan was saying, it gets a little busy. I think the reason I didn't like it before because of I didn't care for the gold that I did, so I took it off. I hope you guys love this, and thank you for hanging out with me. All right, and I like the word summer on the bottom. I'm thinking it's cute. What do you guys think? Thank you for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the hearts. I do appreciate that. This should stand. Is it going to stand? Well, it's really the tray. It's not the... I may have to put some support on the back, but... All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Type the word watermelon. Check your messages. Enroll in that Perks program. I've got a special promotion going this month for anyone who joins. So have a great night, guys.